New York City accent, you know?
Do you really want to? Do you really want to sound like a New Yorker?
Yeah, I would
Oh,
like.
whoa. Okay, are you sure about that? Because they
I
speak
don't know.
very.
I don't now. I don't
No, no,
know.
I don't think so. Because
Why
like
not?
because they speak very
Like
fast
let
and
yeah,
loud.
exactly. Like that guys on the
Um.
movies, you know.
Well.
But you know, your pronunciation is very good.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah,
Oh, thank you, teacher.
like if I
It's
didn't know
very
you were from Brazil, I would be, I don't, you don't have a Brazilian accent. Your
it's
pronunciation's
very
very good.
important. It's very important for me, you know. Brazilian accent. You can tell it easily. I mean, it's a strong accent.
Yeah, so I could not tell that you were Brazilian. I actually thought maybe you were Japanese because I get a
Hmm.
lot of Japanese students.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're because your speaking is pretty clear. I mean,
Oh,
there might be a
nice.
little, yeah, there
Thanks.
might be a little bit of your accent, but you're I can understand you perfectly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
accent. That's my thing nowadays. Just that you have that tough accent. I mean, tough New Yorker accent.
No, my accent
No,
has changed. My
great.
accent has changed. Many people have told me that. I
Yeah,
do
one
not
time you believe me,
sound.
believe it or not, I asked for another teacher on Cambly. Oh, I really like the New York accent, and no, no, you don't like to talk like that. They speak so fast, and sometimes it sounds rude.
Yeah, I know you're absolutely right. You're
Oh
absolutely right.
boy,
Yeah,
if you
you
got
want you want to sound natural, but you also want to sound like you're educated and have manners. Respectable person. You don't want to sound like some poor guy in the street who has no education and selling drugs. You don't want to sound like a drug
oh
dealer.
boy, yeah,
You
yeah.
know. Well, maybe you do, but I don't think so.
No, 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 no.
Well, you know what? Like that might be okay for New York, but it's kind of some people would consider it kind of rude the way they act. Like culturally in that state, it's normal for them. But I mean, I remember talking to a man that I know it's a different culture in Saudi Arabia, but he was really, really upset because he does business with people in New York, like virtually,
Exactly.
and he was really upset by their manner, like because he didn't understand like why like they talk the way they do and they talk really fast and they're loud and he was like I think it was almost he was almost on the verge of a mental breakdown because he just didn't understand why they're like that.
You don't have a heavy accent.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
like
kind of
everything.
you, teacher. You are so kind.
Yeah, yeah.
My focus nowadays, I know that I have so many things to improve, but I'm that guy really constant,
Focused.
focused, yeah, in the accent things, stress, because since I was started to learn English, I try to sounds more natural, and that's why
Yeah. So
I bring up
yeah,
that subject for you,
yeah. So
because I wanna sound natural, but I don't wanna cross the line. If
And so I actually was not sure where your accent was from, but when you told me, then I knew because Brazilians, you kind of drag like you say a lot of ew when you're speaking.
oh boy,
Like, and so you kind of like drag your words a little bit,
drag, it's like
like
oh,
dragging, like you're,
okay, okay,
yeah.
interesting.
No falo português, like like kind of like pull the word apart. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
But I just say would say that when you're learning English, I mean, you want to sound as natural as possible, but I would stay away from trying to be an imitation of a particular accent because the main objective is you want to sound clear when you're speaking English, and you want to be understood, and you want to be able to
Okay,
understand. So you want to be an effective communicator,
I got
and you
it.
want to sound clear, but don't try to sound like someone else, because you're who you are. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's I know some people, they want to get rid of their accent completely, but we all have an accent. But I understand that, you want to sound as English as possible. Sometimes if you move somewhere because you're concerned about discrimination, which it does happen, because people will hear an accent and then they automatically assume you don't know English, or they think that people don't speak English clearly are stupid, but that's not true. It's not true.
Oh, you're absolutely right. You're
Oh
absolutely right.
boy, yeah.
Uh, I always tell people, just relax and let your accent develop naturally.
Yeah, great.
Whatever you're listening to the most, whatever movies you're watching the most, whatever people you're surrounded by the most, that's going to influence your accent.
So you don't like it's a good thing trying to imitate someone or
Don't
in
do that.
some accent.
Nah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you,
I
but
don't. I've never thought about that. My whole
uh,
life, I've never thought I want to sound like an Australian or I want to sound like a
okay.
Canadian. I've never, ever,
It
ever,
just sounds
ever.
like what do you say? It's accent as far
Whatever
as
your
you
environment is, yeah, whatever your
exactly.
environment is, it's going to influence your accent.
As long
It's
as
almost
you
like your
study,
music. Your music, whoever you're listening to the most, in terms of being a musician,
yeah.
that's going to influence your style a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Not similar or equal because I'm not a native English speaker, but as close as possible.
Yeah, yeah. So personally, I think that as far as accent goes, that will probably be the hardest thing that you can do, and I would not focus on it because, to your point, you're not a native English speaker. And so you can spend all of your time trying to pronounce every single word like a native speaker, but you'll miss out on the opportunity to kind of like make mistakes and keep talking. And I
Okay.
think really what you want to aim for is just feeling fluid. You know what feeling fluid is?
Yeah, yeah,
You want to aim to feel like fluid in conversation, comfortable and confident.